When Caster Semenya burst onto the scene of track and field in 2009, she was a force to be reckoned with. There was just no stopping her, as she at one point had an astounding winning streak of 3 consecutive seasons. The heavily decorated Olympic and world champion, Semenya from South Africa, has been the center of attention in athletics, not only because of her fanciful unbeaten streak, but for a much more controversial topic. Semenya has an intersex condition, in which a person has an anatomical sex characteristics of both males and females. This causes her to be hyperandronic, which means that her body processes much higher levels of testosterone than other females do. Imagine being an Olympic champion, and then imagine that being all ripped away from you is something you have no control over. With the Olympics coming up in 2021, there will be some changes coming up to the competitors in the women's 800-meter race. In this speech, we'll be able to teach you all about the nitty-gritty of eligibility for Olympic athletes. I am someone who is incredibly involved in the track and field community, and I have heard so many things about this case and this particular athlete. In this speech, I will be talking about exactly what an intersex condition is, Semenya's early life and competition, and how people reacted to Semenya's case ruling. The typical female has low levels of testosterone circulating naturally through their bodies, while after puberty, the normal male range is much higher. Individuals with a developmental sex disorder can have very high levels of natural testosterone, extending even beyond the natural male range. Semenya has testosterone levels exceeding the female range and almost meeting the point of the male range. That being said, Semenya has a strong leverage over her competition because women athletes with higher testosterone can actually have up to a 9% advantage over women with normal testosterone levels. Since Semenya has stormed onto the scene of track and field, the IAAF, or the International Amateur Athletics Federation, has done research that higher levels of testosterone can have an enormous effect in certain events. In events ranging from the 400-meter to the mile, the IAAF ruled that testosterone gives athletes a distinct advantage. In 2011, the IAAF introduced a testosterone limit, with the International Olympic Committee following suit soon after. Taking all available knowledge and data into account, the experts estimate that the andronic advantage of having testosterone levels in the normal male range rather than the normal female range is actually a greater advantage than 9%. Since Caster Semenya does have this condition of being hyperandronic, that does technically give her a 9% greater advantage over her female competitors. Now, I'm sure you can see why this might cause some controversy in the track and field community, but we will get to the ruling of her case really soon. First, we're going to talk about Caster Semenya's early life and competition. Caster Semenya was born in 1991 in a small town in South Africa. She grew up with 3 brothers and 3 sisters, and originally only started doing track and field as training for soccer. However, her track and field career has done her far more than her soccer ever would. One of Caster Semenya's first large titles was the 2008 World Junior Olympics, where she didn't even qualify for the finals of the 800-meter. But in the 2008 Commonwealth Youth Games, she did win gold. The next year in 2009, in the African Junior Championships, Semenya won both the 800-meter and the 1500-meter. She had been going on a crazy winning streak as well, starting with her first big title in 2012 in the London Olympics, where she won gold in the 800 meters. She then continued to win the next Olympics in 2016, also in the 800 meters. Caster Semenya's ruling has been very controversial, but as of right now, she has been banned from competing in major meets by the IAAF and the Olympic Committee. They have decided that her testosterone levels have caused too much of an unfair advantage against her other female competitors. There has been numerous amounts of articles posted online and numerous amounts of tweets from the media that have been circulating as well. It gets talked about in my everyday life. Me being a Division I track athlete here at Illinois State, I hear a lot about the track and field community. And this, as well as me being South African, this case has been crazy throughout my family and just throughout my social circle. Me and my friends often talk about it and have debates on whether what we think is right or wrong. I'm sorry, my phone died. I will leave you with this. If you were in the position of Caster Semenya, what would you do and how would you feel? Would you take supplements if you could to lower your testosterone levels? Do you think Caster Semenya should keep fighting back? Also, if you were in the position of one of the officials making the decisions, what would you vote for? Would you let Caster Semenya identify with her gender and continue to race with it? Or would you recognize the unfair advantage? Either way, it's a sticky situation, and one that I'm sure is not going to be over anytime soon. Thank you.